Once in a blue moon, they go off script and tell you exactly what's happening.
That I actually was jumped walking just 2 blocks down from here.
Trump federalized the D.C. police force and brought in the National Guard to deal with crime in D.C. And the script went out to everyone in the media to say that crime is down in D.C. and crime is not an issue in D.C.
A manufactured intrusion.
But one ABC host who works at their studio in downtown D.C. just could not bring herself to go along with the script and had to admit the truth based on her own experience. Check out this incredible clip and stay tuned for after. I have a very unique perspective about what's going on in DC right now, as well as an amazing firsthand account from a connection I have high up inside the DC Police Department.
That say crime is down. However, I can tell you firsthand here in downtown DC where we work, right here around our bureau, just in the past 6 months, there were 2 people shot. 1 person died, literally 2 blocks down here from the bureau. It was within the last 2 years that I actually was jumped walking just 2 blocks down from here. And then just this morning, one of my coworkers said her car was stolen a block away from the bureau. So we can talk about the numbers going down, but crime is happening every single day because we're all experiencing it firsthand while working and living down here.
First of all, her studio is in the downtown central business district of DC, which is supposed to be one of the nicest, safest parts of the city. DC has become probably one of the worst, most dangerous cities in the country, and it just does not have to be this way. During Trump's first term from 2017 until COVID in 2020, DC was one of the best cities in the country. It had tons of business, tons of jobs, great nightlife. You could walk up and down the streets of DC and every restaurant, every bar would be packed. All the sports teams had great attendance. People were moving to DC to live and work. If you graduated college within about 4 hours of here, you were pretty much either moving to DC or you were moving to New York City. The Capitals won the Stanley Cup and the Nationals won the World Series back to back. DC was on fire. Then you had COVID, and there is no city in the country that ruined itself as badly with COVID as DC did. They pretty much just gave up on every aspect of normal life, and especially once they got rid of Trump, crime went through the roof. Homelessness, which was already an issue, went through the roof. I knew hundreds of people who lived in DC at that time through work and through social life. There is not one person I know who lived in DC then who still lives there now. Everybody left. I loved living in DC. I left. My dad loved living in DC. He left. The company I worked for, massive building in downtown DC, 3 blocks from the White House. Thousands of people worked there. They supported all the local businesses around there. That company left and moved to Virginia. Even though the CEO is a raging Trump hater, he still just had to do it. He had to get out of DC.
You don't want to get mugged and raped and shot and killed?
Saying that crime is down in DC is ridiculous. What's happening is they're lying about the numbers because they don't include juvenile crime. When the vast majority of violent crime that's committed is committed by juveniles, they're not prosecuted the same way. And when they turn 18, their record gets wiped regardless. That's number 1. Number 2, crime doesn't get prosecuted in DC anyways in general. Something like 70% of arrests that are made in DC don't even end up getting prosecuted in court. It's an amazing statistic. I have a connection. Don't ask how I know him. He's a lead homicide detective in DC, and he told me that right now there is a group message in DC with hundreds of juveniles, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, and they just pick a different spot around DC almost every night, especially on the weekend nights, and they just show up and cause whatever problems, whatever crime they can get into, and they don't get in trouble. I also have another friend who's a boots-on-the-ground police officer in Anacostia, which is a huge section in southeast DC. He's on the ground patrolling the streets. He said there's just no men in these communities. You go around on a school day, on a work day, everybody's just out in the streets. It's kids, it's women, it's teenagers. They make arrests every day, and they don't get prosecuted.
The judges are letting killers out. They just say, go. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
So Trump brings in the National Guard on Monday, and the local DC news on Monday night is like, there's massive protests breaking out all over DC against Trump, and they show clips of middle-aged women from Virginia in DC protesting Trump.
I'm worried that this city is first, and New York and San Francisco and Los Angeles and Chicago are next.
And then at the very end of the segment, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, here's some guys who have been active in the community for years, and they like what Trump's doing.
Well, some lifelong Washingtonians say they're in favor of the federal takeover.
I'm happy that Trump is going to have this, have his department take over the police department. I think it's needed. I think we will have some results.
I think Donald Trump really wants to clean it up. and I'm all for it.
DC has got nowhere to go but up. This can only be a good thing for them. Washington, DC, you're going to miss Trump when he's gone.